Hi everyone, I'm here. I'm one of the student ambassadors and I'm doing my master's in human resource management, and today I'm going to give you all a real scoop into something that every student wants to know. Is Belfast really affordable? So today I'll be giving you all my own personal weekly budget breakdown, specifically during my stay at MSBT1, one of Queen's cozy and comfortable accommodations. But remember, this is my own expenses, so your budget might look a little bit different. So let's dive in. First up, accommodation. Because housing costs can either make or break your budget. At MSBT1, all bills were included, and I mean everything. Wi-Fi? Yep. Water, heating and electricity? All included. And I also got the off-peak gym access, free cleaning of the communal areas, and of course my own personal favorite, free coffee and tea across all Queen's accommodation sites, namely BT1, BT2 and BT9. So let's just say it was a lifesaver during those long strenuous study sessions. Plus, I didn't have to worry about things like TV licenses or contents insurance because all things were sorted. Also, Queen's accommodation has different types of rooms for everyone, so you can definitely find your own personal fit. So, now let's get into groceries. I usually spend about 20 to 30 pounds a week, and I usually shop at stores like Iceland, Lidl and occasionally Tesco. It is super budget friendly, especially if you grab one of their loyalty or bonus cards. It is definitely cheaper than eating out, of course. And my go-to groceries, milk and every other dairy items, eggs, and sometimes these frozen stuff that I can get my hands on, such as pizzas or any ice creams. I mean, who doesn't want ice creams? And definitely vegetables to make the list much more healthier. So these basics are almost what I need, and I find cooking at home is much more easier on the wallet and definitely healthier. Next up, transportation. Belfast is a wonderful city and I usually prefer to walk while listening to my favorite playlist, but sometimes I had to take the bus from my accommodation to my classes. So I had the Translink card, and being under 23, I got a sweet 50% discount. So if you're planning on hopping on and off of buses or trains a lot, I would definitely recommend going for a day pass for your particular route. It definitely saves a lot of change. So here's one of my top budget hack. Student discounts, whether it's Amazon Prime or Spotify or any of the store apps you can find, students definitely get a discount. Also, Queen's has its own student Indian pantry where you can get pasta, noodles, toiletries or any other things that is necessary, and it is for a few days a week. So just show your ID card, grab your pick and you're good to go. Instant savings. Coffee breaks are important, right? So I spent about 15 to 20 pounds a week in one of the Queen's cafes where I would grab myself a cup of coffee or even lunch when especially I didn't pack my own food from home. And every now and then, Queen's usually surprises us with free food in one of the events or just as a pop-up event. So these kind of stuff definitely help stretch my budget. When it comes to shopping, places like Primark are a lifesaver for students. It's affordable and you can grab whatever you want without breaking the bank. And personally, I felt like living in Belfast is much more easier on the wallet while compared to living on the mainland. And of course, managing the budget is definitely easier while we have some income. So I worked as a student ambassador, usually 4 to 6 hours a week, more or less, depending on the particular week, and it definitely made the difference. The work was flexible and it also gave me a bit of extra cash to manage my daily expenses. So that's my breakdown of a typical week in Belfast as a student. Between affordable groceries, helpful discounts and budget-friendly accommodation, I would say that Belfast is definitely pretty affordable for students while compared to other cities in the UK. But as a reminder, keep in mind that this is my own personal experience, so your budget would definitely look way more different. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below or do get in touch with me or one of the other student ambassadors on the Chat with Students section in the Queen's University website, and we'll be more than happy to help with any query that is there. So if you're heading to Belfast soon, I hope this really helps you plan your budget. Thanks for watching, have a wonderful day and week ahead, and I'll see you all soon in my next vlog.